Hey everybody, welcome in. Welcome to Rise Higher Astrology. I'm Nancy Ducharme. I am a certified professional Western astrologer, and I am also a Neo-Vedic astrologer. And what that means is that I can do both the Western tropical chart as well as the Vedic sidereal chart. And I'm doing these astro weather reports for you in the sidereal chart system because I want for you, and yes, this is very intentional, I am trying to reach people out there who are following the Western Tropical. I want to reach out to you to encourage you to watch these videos because this is another tool for you to use to get the whole picture, the big picture of what's going on in the world today. As you know, there's a lot that's happening in the world, and as far as world peace goes, there's many things that are unraveling, and there are a lot of you out there, a lot of healers who need to have the big picture, and you need to have these tools because I believe that as above, so below, everything that happens in the solar system, in the universe, these planets are trying to tell us a story here. And I think it's really important for you to have the sidereal aspect as well as the tropical Western system. Now, the difference between the sidereal and the tropical is that the sidereal charts are the actual true locations of the planets astronomically. The tropical system we use to track the four seasons, and that is a solar-based system. The sidereal chart system follows the stars. And so in astrology, the dignity of the planets matter, especially now with what we're going through on this planet with a lot of the outbreaks of war and conflict. It's really important to know and understand what all of these planets are trying to tell us. I'll give you an example, and then we'll get on to the astro forecast because I do have a lot to cover with you. So right now in the tropical chart system, Mars is in the sign of Leo. Mars, as you know, it can be a malefic. And actually, in the sidereal system, it is a malefic planet. But Mars actually functions better in the sign of Leo because it is a fire sign. So any place that Mars um, feels supported will be a fire sign. Okay, but in the sidereal Vedic system, Mars, you can see here in my chart, Mars is still in the sign of Cancer. And that's a very different Mars because Mars, as you know, is exalted in the sign of Capricorn. Feels really good in Capricorn. It's the best it can be in that sign. So when it's in Cancer, it's sitting at the farthest possible place it can be from where it feels good. And when this happens, you're going to see a lot of anger suppression, and it's almost like a pressure cooker. So right now, with everything that's happening in the world, we are definitely in this very tense. It almost feels like a tinderbox, where something can be explosive. So the dignities matter, and I want you to get the whole entire picture of what is happening. And it doesn't matter if you don't want to follow the sidereal chart system. It's still, this is energy that is still happening out there in the universe. It's like a dog whistle, and I want you to be prepared because there's going to be a lot happening over the next couple of months, especially the months of June and July. Because in the sidereal system, you can see this chart right here, we have something called a Kalasarpa yoga happening with all the planets. And you'll see right here the north and south nodes, all of the visible planets, so all the traditional ruling planets. I'm not including the three outer planets because in the sidereal Vedic system, we we technically don't use the outer planets. I use them. I'm a Neo-Vedic astrologer. I will use them to determine things that happen whenever one of those three planets moves into a new sign, it's always a huge impact on our generation. So I do not ignore them. But for the Kalasarpa yoga, you'll see that all of the planets, the personal planets plus Jupiter and Saturn, they're all hemmed into one hemisphere. And this is called the Kalasarpa yoga. Kalasarpa means time serpent. And I see this in a lot of birth charts. So whenever there is a Kala Sarpa yoga happening, it means that we will be experiencing very high highs and very low lows. Okay. Now the key thing that you need to realize is that whenever somebody who has a Kalasarpa yoga in their birth chart, or if the world is going through Kalasarpa yoga, we will hit a low and we're going to feel that pain. But always, 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 whenever we hit a low, we will always bounce back to an even high, like a higher high. Okay. So we are in, when I say we, I mean the world. The world is in this Kalasarpa yoga for the next 2 months. So May, June, so almost, well, about 3 months, because what will happen around July 22nd is that Mars is going to be conjunct the South Node. And in Vedic astrology, this is called K2. Okay. So Mars will be conjunct K2 on July 22nd, 23rd. And then after the 23rd, we will be out of this Kalasarpa yoga. But between now and then, it's going to be this roller coaster ride of emotional uprisings. You're going to see a lot of outbreaks. There may be more attacks, not just on our country, the United States, but you'll see some things brewing all over the world with this Kalasarpa yoga happening. Okay. Now, today is May 1st, 2025. And this is an important day because we have Venus conjunct Neptune. And this is in the sign of Pisces, sidereally. This is important because Venus, she's exalted here. So there's some good points to this, and there are some not so good points to this. The I'll go through the good points first. So today and tomorrow, these are really good days for doing something creative. So they always say that Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. And when these two come together, it is like beautiful, beautiful energy. Venus is exalted, as I said, and she just feels so good here. And she is conjunct this gorgeous, dreamy, ethereal planet. So today would be a great day to, do something, go see a movie, a play, get together with a loved one, start a project, do some painting, um, songwriting, beautiful things you can do today. Now, the not so good thing about this is that Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, but Neptune is also the planet of deception, and it's the planet of addiction. It's the planet of, sometimes it can be the planet of scandal. So if you are going out with someone, if you're meeting someone for the first time or you're getting started in a brand new romantic relationship, you want to be careful here because Neptune uh, could create a blind spot here, and it's almost like something that might be too good to be true. All right, so you want to be very careful here. And in fact, when this conjunction breaks and Venus moves out of Pisces and into Aries here within a few weeks, you might be saying to yourself, wow, what did I ever see in this person? So be very wary if you are going on a first date with someone. You might want to put the brakes on just a little bit, take little baby steps. Be very careful about falling head over heels for anyone or anything at this point because, we do have this congestion in Pisces with Venus. And whenever we have congestion of planets, it's really hard for one planet to express itself completely. It's very crowded here around Venus. So yeah, just be very aware of what you're doing, okay? Be very careful as always. We still have Mercury in Pisces, and Mercury has, of course, gone direct at this point in time, but um, it's in its fall. Okay, so we still have issues with communication. Um, we might not be saying the right words or the right things to people right now. Just be aware of that. Okay, that will be the case over the next week or so until Mercury completely moves out of Pisces. But we do still have this connection between Jupiter and Venus, which I think is beautiful. That it is creating in Vedic astrology, we call it not a kalasar, but it is a Parivardhana yoga. And this is when they are in their mutual signs. So Venus is in Pisces, which is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is in Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. So it's lending power to each other. So this is a great time. Could be a really good time for you to start thinking about investing some money. And just, of course, just be aware we're still going through the Kalasarpa yoga of ups and downs. So you're going to see a lot of ups and downs in the stock market and the markets in general. But this could be a good time just to do some dollar cost averaging. What dollar cost averaging is when you just put in little amounts of money into, for example, a mutual fund. You could just put maybe $25 here, $25 there. So when the market goes up and the market goes down, you will dollar cost average that out. So that is something that you might want to be thinking about. Okay. I will be posting daily the astro weather. And once again, this is for the people out there who want to get a 360-degree view of what's happening. Um, and I hope that you're enjoying this. If you do enjoy it, tell a friend, subscribe, and give me a like. And also, if you could tell me where you're viewing from, what countries you are coming from. I have some viewers in India and all over the United States, as well as in Europe. So if you want to chime in and tell me where you're from, that would be great. All right, I am sending a lot of love out to all of you. And if you're hearing this for a reason. And I'm just going to keep going and I'm just going to keep, trying to help you with all of this because I think that we just need to band together at this point in time. No fear, okay? Promise me that. All right. Love and light to all of you. Take care. Bye.